Hi guys, welcome on board, welcome on board. Hi Andreen, welcome on board darling, welcome on board. As you join in tonight, let me see the persons who are with us tonight. Yes, Andreen, a true thing. A true thing, man, because honestly, I have so much to bring across. I have so much to bring across. As you come on, guys, please share the live, all right? And just give me just a second. I'll be right back. Yes, guys, so I am back with you all. Let me just adjust my seat just a minute. Good, good, good. So, let me give some shout outs. So, welcome Andreen, Maxine Hilton, Mackenzie, good evening. We have with us Sharon, and we have also Georgie. I'm seeing 13 persons on the live, but I'm not seeing the comments. I'm not sure of the audience that we have tonight. So please, as you come on, just drop a comment and let me see the name of the persons who are here with us tonight. Yes, so it's the 2nd of September. Yes, the 2nd of September. And as I stated last night, you know, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And, you know, we have so much to learn because myself here, I am learning too. You know, and I'm so sorry about last night. The internet got disrupted. And I'm praying and hoping that tonight it would be different, you know, so therefore persons can learn and, you know, basically pass on the necessary information that needs to be passed on. Oh, hi, D. Rose. Hi, D. Rose, welcome. Dion, welcome. Yes, Sharon, yes, you're seeing 15. I'm seeing 17 at the moment now. You know, so are there any newcomers though? Are there any newcomers? Any newcomers are here tonight? Hi, Kayana. Yes, Georgie, you're here. Yes, I see you guys. Are there any newcomers tonight? I would love to know if there's any newcomers here tonight. You know, because, you know, we always welcome the newcomers, you know? And the newcomers are here basically because persons have shared, you know, basically shared our video. Oh, D Rose, you're welcome. It's your first time. Welcome, D Rose. Hello, everybody. Let's send up some heart for D Rose. D Rose is in the house, and D Rose is a newcomer. Let's send up some heart for D Rose and some thumbs up. Hi, Georgette. Welcome on board. Good night, good night. Opaline, you're back. Good night, good night, good night, good night. As you guys join in, please share the live. Maxine Hilton, oh, you're a first timer? Wow, welcome, welcome. Let's give some love for Maxine Hilton. Let's give some love for Maxine Hilton. Not yet on their way. Okay, Sharon. Okay, no problem. No problem. Hi, Katrina. Welcome. Yes, D Rose, you are special indeed. Yes, let's just give them some love. Okay, Yana, it's your first time as well. So we have quite a few first comers. And we welcome you with open arms. Yes, we welcome you with open arms. And as I was saying earlier, hi Patsy. I was saying earlier, as you guys join in, please just hit the share button. Yes, just hit the share button. It doesn't take 5 seconds to share this live. It takes like way less than 5 seconds. So guys, if you could just hit the share button, we will really appreciate it. And guess what happened? Other persons would have been able to join in and benefit from this information that we are about to share. Welcome, Patsy. Oh, you are new. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yes, Sharon, they reach fast. You guys, please, 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 just hit the share button. It doesn't hurt. Just hit the share button and let's just pass on the love. All right, so as I was saying earlier, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and we give God thanks. Kerry-Ann Morrison, another newcomer. Send up some heart for Kerry-Ann. Send up some heart for Kerry-Ann as well. All the newcomers, we welcome you to this another Go Live. And you know, you are newcomers. I am not sure if you know what this page is about. You know, it's basically about my husband and I, we lost our daughter Geraldine Bailey to stage 4 muscle cancer. That was in 2018. Well, no, she was diagnosed in 2015 and passed off in 2018. And we decided to create this Facebook page in her memory where we post all our videos and stuff and, you know, have persons come on over and like the page and follow us. And then we have quite a few activities planned ahead, you know, so that's why we created this page, so that persons near and far would have been able to basically benefit and get all the necessary information that they need. Hi, Alicia. Welcome, Alicia. Welcome on board. Just the same, welcome on board. And as I continue, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And it's where we recognize all the kids that are basically fighting this dreaded disease. And you know that we have a lot of survivors as well. You understand? And it's basically a rough road that they have to tread on. And you know, for persons who weren't here last night, I'm just going to do a summary as to what we discussed. I was basically telling persons about the color that is recognized for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, right? So you know that you have pink. Pink is for the breast cancer, and you have other colors. But as the month goes by, then you know I'll highlight you more on the colors and what they signify. Right, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing. I am wearing gold. All right, so this is the gold ribbon. Yes, this piece here is basically a gold piece, and it signifies Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And honestly, you know, as I was saying earlier, hi Sonia, welcome. As I was saying earlier, it's a very rough road that the kids have to go through. You understand? And you know, they need all the support that we can give them. The last Go Live last night that persons were saying that maybe I will have to do that one over because the internet was acting up badly, and you know, they weren't hearing what I was saying. But what I was saying for this one is that the signs to look for. Hi, Melrose. As you guys come on, please share the live. Let's pass on the information to others. Let's not keep it to ourselves. Other persons out there, they need to be aware where Childhood Cancer Awareness Month is concerned. So please just hit the share button and let's keep it going. All right, guys? Thanks a whole lot. So I was saying last night, the signs to look for, and we're basically talking about cancer in children, not in adults. We're talking about it in children. So some of the signs to look for is unusual lump or swelling. Yes, unusual lump or swelling. So sometimes in the body you'll find lump or, maybe some small swelling. Because for us, we found a lump. It was in Geraldine's, in the back of Geraldine's left calf. Yes, Sonia, thanks. Let's keep it going, all right? Sorry. And, that's when we realized that something was wrong, when we found out that she had a lump. And the other one here is unexplained paleness and loss of energy. Yes, so sometimes they get weak, because if your child is always active, you as a parent who is basically around your child every day, or your kids every day, you should know when there are changes in your child's body. Yes, you should know when there are changes in your child's body, all right? And it says easy bruising and swelling, and ongoing pain in one area of the body. Yes, that is true. Limping, sometimes they tend to walk and limp. You understand? And I have a few more here. It says unexplained fever or illness. So I'm just giving you a summary of what took place last night. Unexplained fever or illness that doesn't go away. And honestly, when it comes onto those fever, sometimes we had to sponge down Geraldine just to make sure that the fever would go away. But sometimes as the fever leave her, then it eventually comes back. You understand? So we have to be mindful of that. Frequent headaches, often with vomiting. Right, that one is self-explanatory. It comes with headaches at times. Here we have sudden eye or vision changes. And the last one, sudden unexplained weight loss. So yes, they basically lose weight. You understand? So we just basically have to be mindful where that is concerned. Now here, because I went and I did my research today, because I have to have something to pass on, some information to basically pass on to you guys for, persons to be aware of what's going on. Now, it is stated that the most common cancers in children. Can anybody in this audience name, well, I have quite a few here, but can anybody in the audience tell me at least one cancer that is very common in children? Let me see it in the comment section, and then I'll guide you as to if you are correct. But type for me. Let me know at least one cancer that is common, most common in children. All right. So we spoke of the chemotherapy. So therefore, there are some side effects where chemotherapy are concerned, like side effects that we have to adjust ourselves to. And honestly, it's not easy because I am talking of experience. One of the side effects of the chemotherapy is hair loss. Hair loss. Yes, Sharon, that is true. All those things that those kids have to go through. And yes, continue. Let me see your answers coming in. Continue sending your answers. Let me see. The side effect of chemotherapy. One of the main one is hair loss. You understand? Because, for example, your child is diagnosed with cancer and they start to get the treatment. The hair doesn't fall off at instant. It's like over a period of time. You understand? Because Geraldine had well, I would say her hair wasn't tall, but yeah, she had some length there. And I always loved to beat her hair and rope twist, and she was feeling good and everything and all of that. But once she started to lose her hair, then that's where the pressure came in. Yes. So you have hair loss, you have mouth sores. Sometimes they tend to have sores to the mouth. Geraldine had hers to the corner of her mouth. And that's one of the side effects of the chemotherapy. The other one is loss of appetite. So say for example, your child basically, she always loved, let me put it this way. She always loved eating ripe bananas and watermelon, and those were all like her favorite fruits and stuff. And since I started getting the chemotherapy, then the appetite changed. It's like it's of no taste to them. It's like of no use to them. You know, because even when Geraldine lost her appetite, we had to force her to eat. We had to force her to eat. Sometimes when we saw that she wasn't eating, we had to get like Ensure or the Pediasure. You know that those are like, it's very nutritious. And it's basically a meal to itself. You understand? So I'm having 36 persons here on the live. Just drop a comment. Let me see the name of the persons who are here. If you don't drop a comment, I'm unable to see who I'm talking to. All right, so come on. Yes, so come on. Oh, hi, Rachel. Welcome on board, Rachel. It's good to have you, darling. And Rachel is one of Geraldine's cousin. And also, Anne-Marie, she was here last night. She's also one of Geraldine's cousin. Hi, Nakisha. Welcome, darling. Love you too, darling. Love you. As you guys come on, please share the live. Just hit the share button. And let's keep it going, all right? So I was saying earlier about the loss of appetite. The other side effect of chemotherapy is diarrhea. Yes, so they tend to have diarrhea. All right? The last one is nausea and vomiting. Oh, hi, Tamara. Welcome, darling. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Let's send up some heart. Let's send up some heart for Tamara. And I see that Tamara is one of our big time sharer. Listen, I see the big sharer over Tamara's name, you know. Rachel, I'm not seeing the sharer over your name. Nakisha, where you guys at? Hit the share button. Tamara Hilton is here tonight, and we haven't met in person. Yes, Tamara and I, we haven't met in person as yet. But, you know, we spoke over the phone for quite a few times, and she had me on her Go Live last week, and I was basically sharing with others as to what our journey with Geraldine was like. And, you know, it was, honestly, it was a lovely little talk that we had there. So, Tamara, welcome on board. Welcome. So, I was saying the other side effect of chemotherapy is nausea and vomiting. You understand? So, they tend to feel bad at times, feeling sick. You understand? That's just a side effect of the chemotherapy. And the vomiting, wow. The vomiting, it's very hard to manage. It's very hard to manage. Yes, Rachel, thanks for sharing. You understand? It's very difficult when your child is there vomiting and there's not much that you can do more than even stand there and just give your support. You understand? Yes, honestly. And here I have a community care. That's a community care. And it says, childhood cancer patients and their families face a difficult journey. Yes, they face a difficult journey, but they don't have to face it alone. Yes, they don't have to face it alone. Patients and families are part of a community that offers support to those who need it, from diagnosis through treatment and beyond. You get that? They need as much support as possible. When we were going through our time, listen, we had support. We still have support until today's date. You understand? And listen, getting support, it doesn't necessarily mean from your family. It can be from strangers. It can be from strangers. Because sometimes in life, you know, you like come across some persons where they're like, it's like you're wondering, why didn't you know them from all this while? So they automatically becomes family. So no matter what, the support is very important. And listen, don't leave God out of the picture. Do not leave God out of the picture. And I would say that again, do not leave God out of the picture. You understand? Because at the end of the day, if God wasn't with us through our situation, we have no idea what would have happened to us. You understand? So again, it boils down to the support. And whether it be from your immediate family or strangers. Thanks, Tamara. to God be the glory, darling. Honestly, to God be the glory. That's all we can say. To God be the glory. Yes. So here, the key is support, as much support as possible. We recognize that support is a key part of patient care. You understand? It is a key part of patient care. And I had asked earlier for persons to basically tell me the most common cancer that they think that's affecting our children today. That is true, Tamara. So, yes, strangers sometimes give you way more support than your family. That is true. That is true. That is true. And I saw a few persons, they mentioned that leukemia, you're not the same as blood cancer. Yes, you were right. So I have a few more in addition to the leukemia. So the most common cancers in children are leukemia, which is the blood cancer. You understand? You have the brain and spinal cord tumors. The other one is neuroblastoma. And that cancer is of the kidney and other areas of the abdomen, chest, neck, and the near spine as well can be affected. You have the Wilms tumor. And the Wilms tumor, it affects the kidney ages 3 to 4 years, much less common after age 5. Yes, Dion, brain. Yeah, man, I had said brain and spinal cord tumors. Yes, the same thing. So here we have also lymphoma, and we are talking about the most common cancers in children. We're talking about lymphoma. That has to do with the lymph nodes, bone marrow, other organs of the body. And that's for the lymphoma. The rhabdomyosarcoma, yes, that's the one that Geraldine had, and it's a rare type of cancer. And that one affects the muscles, wherever in the body that the muscles are. Yes, okay, yes. Yeah, man, the brain and spinal cord tumors, yes. Those are also one of the common cancer in children. The rhabdomyosarcoma, those are the muscles. So wherever in the bodies the muscles are, they are being affected. The other one is retinoblastoma, and that has to do with the eye. Yes. So the same one that they call eye cancer, the correct name is retinoblastoma. The last one here is bone cancer, and that includes osteosarcoma. Because remember, I had told you last night that the sarcoma, anytime you hear a particular cancer, which ends with sarcoma, has to do with the muscles. So here it's saying bone cancer includes osteosarcoma. Yes, and that has to do with the muscles just the same. So these are the ones that I found that are most common in children. You understand? And as each day goes by, because you may not have a child that is diagnosed with cancer or a family member that is diagnosed with cancer, but the more we learn, it's the better for us. Yes, so we'll know the things to look for and what not to look for. You understand? Here I have now, how can you support childhood cancer patients and their families? So you know of somebody that has a child or even an adult, but mainly a child in this instance. You know of somebody that has a child that is diagnosed with cancer. What can you do? What support can you give? What support can you give? Don't sit and think that, well, yeah, it's just another child and, she'll be better soon. How about the families? How about the child? There must be something that you can do. And I am about to tell you what you can do. The first one is offer your help, whether it's by delivering a meal to a family or babysitting. Yes, and to me, this speaks mainly when the child is admitted. No, Sonia, I've never heard of that one. Multiple myeloma. No, Sonia, what is that one about? Or where in the body does that one affect, Sonia? It's the first I'm hearing that one, but give me some highlights so at least I can know. And other persons are here who want to learn just the same. Yes, you could just pass on that information and then let's keep rolling. Right, so yes, I was saying offer your help, whether it's by delivering a meal to a family or babysitting. You understand? I remember when Geraldine was admitted at the UWI hospital. Sometimes she would be like 3-4 months. Wow, Sharon. Yes, so it's like a learning process. It's like a learning process, And when Geraldine was admitted at the hospital, it was very difficult for us. And when I say difficult, it was very difficult. Sometimes, because for Mr. Bailey, that's my husband, he is self-employed. You understand? And Geraldine and I going through that section, that thing up by UWI hospital, and Jeremy, now and again, he would have come and paid us a visit and, stay with us for a while, and then he had to come back home. So most times I would have to be there with Geraldine. In the first get-go, you guys heard I mention that sometimes I slept on the floor because I just didn't want to leave Geraldine's side. You understand? And I remember at one point in time, my dad came. Yes, my dad came to the hospital. And he basically sent me home. And he said, listen, I'm going to babysit Geraldine for 2 nights. So you go home and get some rest. You understand? So that's what this is talking about, babysitting. Help out a family member. You have never been in that situation. Oh, Sonia, I'll have to read up on that one. I didn't know that. But thanks anyways, thanks a whole lot. So persons, Sonia mentioned earlier about the multiple myeloma. Now she's saying it affects the bone marrow. It comes in form of a tumor, any part of the body. So Sonia, I'm learning too. And it's a learning process because I didn't know this. I did not know this. So thanks for this bit of information. You understand? And another instance when Geraldine was admitted at the Mandeville Hospital. Now at the UWI Hospital, we were able to stay with her, but at the Mandeville Hospital, we cannot stay with her for the night. So normally we would have gone there to visit her during the day, and then by 10 o'clock we have to leave and go home. It was difficult leaving her there because we weren't accustomed to that. We were accustomed in staying by her side. You understand? And the thing is, one of her teachers came. Her name is Miss Green. And Miss Green came and, hi Katrina. Miss Green came at the hospital. And honestly, she must have seen how tired Jermaine and I were because, man, it was a road. It was a rough road. And Miss Green came by the hospital and she said, Mrs. Bailey and Mr. Bailey, you guys go home and get some rest. I will stay with Geraldine for the rest of a few hours. And she stayed there with Geraldine for about 2 to 3 hours. And, Geraldine really enjoyed that. Miss Green came and she took her tablet with her, and Geraldine would have told her the games that she wanted on the tablet. And, Miss Green would have come with the tablet and basically, hand it to her. And she would have been there just having the time of her life on the tablet, enjoying the games. You understand? So that boils down to How can you support childhood cancer patients and their families? The second one is give a gift card for household expenses. You understand? For us, it doesn't have to be a gift card in Jamaica. Listen, help pay a bill. Help pay a light bill or pay a water bill. Because listen, the funds for buying chemotherapy, it's not pretty. It's very expensive. And I know that you all can agree with me. Buying chemotherapy, it's very expensive. So if you can help out a parent or a family during their time where their child is diagnosed with cancer, pay a water bill, help them pay a light bill, help them buy like a food to put in the house. Anything that you can do. And don't think that what you're doing is small. Listen, little is much when God is in it. You don't have to have money to give. Yeah, you don't have to have money to give, but you can just render your time. And I am saying this off of experience because my husband and I, we know. We have been there. You understand? It says here, support the patient's sibling too. So the child that is diagnosed with cancer, if that child has a sibling, a brother or a sister, support that child as well. Because listen, you don't want that child to feel left out. You do not want that child to feel that all the attention is on the child that is sick, basically, if you understand what I'm saying. You understand? We have to involve them in it just the same. Yes, it's just like it's just like you have a child at home, right? And then the child is like, say for example, 4-year-old, because when we had Geraldine, when I got pregnant with Rashid, Geraldine was about 3 years old or somewhere thereabout, and you know what we had to do when Rashid. Because Rashid was very tiny. And listen, whenever it was time to change Rashid or to bathe him or do whatever it is to him, we got Geraldine involved. Yeah, we got her involved. So when it was time to change Rashid, I would have sent her as young as she was. I would have sent her for the Pampers and the wipes and the powder. You understand? Because we didn't want her to feel, nonetheless, we don't want her to feel left out. And we just don't want her to basically feel that, we are just paying all the attention to the baby and not her. So when you get them involved, that is a good thing. So as it says here, support the patient's siblings too. The other one is send a card or email and let a family know that you are thinking of them. Now listen, it's not every family has an email address basically. You may not be able to send a card or an email address, but take up the phone and call. Yes. Take up the phone and call. Ask, how are you doing? How is the child doing? Show interest. Not because it's not your child in the situation or anybody related to you that's in the situation, you're just going to shove it under the carpet. That child is somebody else's child. You understand? So basically take the phone up, send a text, send a greeting, whatever it is. Just do what you can. Here it says donate toys and games to patients in the hospital. Because listen, when those kids are in the hospital, they basically live there. I've seen kids admitted at UA hospital for even 8 months, up to 9 months without seeing home. That's what I'd seen with my own eyes. You understand? And listen, the kids it's like their new home. It's unfortunate, but it's like their new home. So guess what happened? Whenever time they have the toys and the games and all of those things, a little tablet, whatever it is to keep their company. Because we have to bear in mind that they are not home, they are away from home. You understand? So whatever it is, just give. Number 6 says donate blood and platelets. And listen, blood and platelets, those are needed. You understand? Because when a child is diagnosed with cancer, it's very difficult for them because sometimes getting the chemotherapy, their blood count would have basically decreased. You understand? Their blood count would have basically decreased, so they need blood. I remember in point in time when Geraldine was admitted, and you know, she had all the plans because she wanted to be home for her dad's birthday, and she really wanted the doctors to discharge her. So I went ahead and I asked the doctors if they're able to discharge her because really wanted to be home to basically surprise her dad. And the day before her dad's birthday, the doctor said, okay, Mrs. Bailey, yes, tomorrow Geraldine can go home for 2 days and then come back. And listen, it's like I'm sorry that I told Geraldine that we would have been going home for the day. Because what happened is that the following morning, when I was brushing Geraldine's teeth, when I pulled down her bottom lip and look at it like this, it had a lot of red spots. A lot of red spots all over the inner part of her lips. And the gums as well. And when I brought it to the doctor's attention, the doctor told me, Mommy, I'm sorry, but Geraldine cannot go home again. I was like, what is the problem? They said that she had a low blood count. And that's when they had to isolate her. Because when the kids have low blood count, because if you've seen one of her video, she had a mask on. So whenever time they have like low blood counts, that's what basically put a mask on, because the simplest thing would have caused them to have an infection or even have a fever. Yes, D-Rose. Yes, it is. Very interesting. Thanks a whole lot. Let me see what else is saying. Yes, honestly, it is. It is, D-Rose. So being as it is this interesting, that's the reason I'm imploring that you guys share the live, that other persons may benefit from this information that we have here. You understand? Because just as our persons here now want to, know that it is interesting and all of that, just pass on it, just share the live so that persons would have been able to benefit from this information just the same. You understand? So when they look on Geraldine lip, I was telling you earlier, it had a lot of red spots. She had low blood count. And at the end of the day, she had to get some blood. So if you can basically donate some blood for a child that is diagnosed with cancer, that would be a good thing. Because remember, I am telling you of experience. This is what I know. And as I mentioned, I think it was a few months ago I did a video or a post and I was telling you about this little girl. Her name was Jada. And I was at the hospital, that same UWI hospital. And you know, honestly, I'm telling you, we were there and you know, it's just strangers. All of us were strangers, total strangers. And I sat on the veranda of the ward and you know, I heard her mother, she was based, because I didn't know her. I only passed and said hello and we went our ways. And we stood there for a while and I sat on the chair on the veranda. And I was, you know, basically on my phone. But I heard the child's mother on her phone and she was calling other relatives to basically come and donate blood for her daughter because her daughter needed blood. And, you know, she made the call, but then persons were living like at a distance from her. You understand, they were living all the way, I think it was in St. Anne that they were living, and it wasn't possible for them to do it at the time. And that was the day before my birthday. And when I sat on the veranda and I heard the sadness in her voice when the relatives were telling her that no, they're not able to give the blood. You see, on the day of my birthday, I went to her, and that was when I introduced myself. I said to her, today is my birthday. And I was saying, on your birthday, you're expecting to get all the gifts. And she says, yes. And I said to her, listen, well, today is my birthday, and I am about to give. And remember, she's a total stranger. She said, what do you mean we're about to give? I said, listen, I am going up by the blood bank. Because listen, Geraldine's bed was opposite that little girl's bed. And I left Geraldine in her bed. And I told the little girl's mother, listen, I'm going by the lab to donate some blood for your daughter. And I did. I left Geraldine at her bedside. And I went to the lab and I gave some blood for that little girl. Because she needed blood. And I just had to do it. You understand? It wouldn't be easy for me to sit down and what if I was the one in that situation, needed blood for Geraldine, and nobody was coming forward to give blood for Geraldine? That would have been hard to swallow. So listen, no matter what we find ourselves, or no matter what situation that we find ourselves in, let us always put our feet in somebody else's shoes. Yeah. Let's put our feet in somebody else's shoes. Because listen, with a child that is diagnosed with cancer, it's not easy. And I can tell you that based off experience. So this says donate blood and platelets. All right? The other one, it says offer help later too. While it's natural to want to offer assistance right away, cancer can be a long haul. You understand? So the cancer journey doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop here. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, a time to recognize the children and families affected by childhood cancers and to emphasize the importance of supporting research on these devastating conditions. This month and throughout the year, we honor the children currently battling cancer. Yeah, we have to honor them. They are heroes. Yes, they are heroes. You understand? And the things that they go through, us adults could even think of managing what they had gone through or what they are going through. This month and throughout the year, we honor the children currently battling cancer, the families who love them, the clinicians and other caregivers treating them. You get that? The survivors of childhood cancer, the children who lost their lives to cancer, and the researchers working to conquer childhood cancer. Honestly, I cannot wait to hear that they have a cure for childhood cancer. Honestly, I cannot wait. And I know that several persons, everybody out there, really want to hear that they find the cure for cancer. Because so many innocent lives have been affected. So many families have been ripped apart. You understand? And listen, if you don't have God in your midst, your family will rip apart. We have to ask God for the added strength and giving thanks for the added strength that He has bestowed upon us and upon many families out there just the same. You understand? Here it says 10 things you should know about childhood cancer. So 10 things that you should know about childhood cancer. The first one is childhood cancer is the #1 disease killer of the children worldwide. Yes, it is #1. Number 2, every 2 minutes a child is diagnosed with cancer. Oh God. Wow. Can you imagine? Every 2 minutes. Look how 2 minutes short. And you're going to tell me that every 2 minutes a child is diagnosed with cancer? Every 2 minutes? That's a lot. These kids are just so innocent. They don't deserve all of this. They don't deserve all of this pain, all of this sufferation, all of this torturing with the needles. They don't deserve it. They deserve a chance to live. Everybody deserves a chance to live. Here it says the average age of a child diagnosed with cancer is age 6. That's the average age. But mind you, I've seen younger. Yes, I've seen younger because Geraldine was 4 and I met another little girl. Basically, baby, she was like 2 years old and she had cancer. She had leukemia. So I had seen age less than 6 that was diagnosed with cancer. Here it says 80% of children diagnosed with cancer are in developing countries. That's number 4. Number 5, the most common childhood cancer is acute lymphoblastic leukemia. You understand? So the most common childhood cancer is leukemia. And that's a cancer of the blood. Just imagine. Just imagine what these kids are going through. And listen, the things that we take for granted. I've seen some parents, even as a child growing up, I've seen parents like, pushing the kids aside and disowning the kids and stuff. And honestly, I would have done anything just to have Geraldine with us today. We would have done anything to have Geraldine with us today. So therefore, when you see parents disowning the kids and, so many things are happening to them, honestly, we have to pray. We have to pray. Because prayer changes a lot of things. And without prayer, all of that wouldn't have been made possible. Number 6 says, in 80% of kids with cancer, the cancer has already spread to other areas of the body by the time it is diagnosed. And we can tell you this is true. Because when we found out at age 4 that Geraldine had stage 4 cancer, by the time we found out, it had already spread in her body. Because when they did the MRI, CT scan, ultrasound, X-ray and all of that, you name it, it was already all over in her body. So when they're saying 80% of kids with cancer, the cancer has already spread to other areas of the body by the time it was diagnosed. And that is true. You understand? Here now it says, much of what we know about treating adult cancers has been learned from childhood cancer research. So most of the cancers in adults that have been treated, they have learned from the childhood cancer research. So I guess both of them work hand in hand. Number 8 says, there are over a dozen types of childhood cancer and hundreds of different subtypes. Can you imagine? Over a dozen. And the ones I mentioned earlier,